my American forebears have for so many generations played their part in the life of the United States, and that here I am, an Englishman, welcomed in your midst, makes this experience one of the most moving and thrilling in my life, which is already long and has not been entirely uneventful. I wish indeed that my mother, whose memory I cherish across the veil of years, could have been here to see. By the way, I cannot help but reflecting that if my father had been American and my mother British, instead of the other way around, I might have got here on my own. Sure I am that this day, now, we are the masters of our fate, that the task which has been set us is not above our strength, that its pangs and toils are not beyond our endurance. As long as we have faith in our cause and an unconquerable willpower, salvation will not be denied us.
One of history's true love stories between a great statesman and a nation that he called the Great Republic.
The special relationship between the United States and the United Kingdom, a bond that began with this man, Winston Churchill.
And we're here today together to bring it full circle.
With great pomp and circumstance, a proper ceremony kicked off on Capitol Hill to unveil a new bust of World War II's victorious British Prime Minister.
I have not come here to ask you for money.
It's no secret that Americans are fond of Winston Churchill. There are now 3 busts of him in Washington alone.
It's not just, I think, that Americans love Churchill. I think Churchill loved America, and I think Americans know that. He came to this country for the first time when he was 20 and had a sort of more or less 60-year, 70-year love affair.
Let me start with Winston Churchill. You know, I don't know if people are aware of this, but in the residence on the 2nd floor, my office, my private office, is called the Treaty Room. And right outside the door of the Treaty Room, so that I see it every day, including on weekends when I'm going into that office to watch a basketball game. The primary image I see is a bust of Winston Churchill. It's there voluntarily because I can do anything on the 2nd floor. I love Winston Churchill. Love the guy. Now, when I was elected as President of the United States, my predecessor had kept a Churchill bust in the Oval Office. There are only so many tables where you can put busts. Otherwise, it starts looking a little cluttered. And I thought it was appropriate, and I suspect most people here in the United Kingdom might agree, that as the first African-American president, it might be appropriate to have a bust of Dr. Martin Luther King in my office to remind me of all the hard work of a lot of people who would somehow allow me to have the privilege of holding this office.
I knew the bastard weren't to be trusted.
Donald Trump now ordering one immediate change to the White House, infuriating President Obama while pleasing the Brits. Yes, the Conservative Tribune reports that one of the very first actions of President Barack Obama upon taking up residence in the White House was to remove a bust of the legendary British Prime Minister Winston Churchill from the Oval Office, a move that was viewed by Americans and Brits alike as a slap in the face to America's oldest ally, the United Kingdom. But now that Obama is about to leave and President-elect Donald Trump is preparing to move in, they state it appears that Winston Churchill's bust will be making a glorious re-entrance into the White House along with him, according to the UK Express. They state here that Nigel Farage, the interim leader of the UK Independence Party, promoter of Brexit and outspoken Trump supporter, shared the news about Churchill's bust after recently meeting with Trump in New York following Trump's surprising electoral victory. Quote, "At the end of our time with Trump, we asked him if the bust of Sir Winston Churchill that Obama removed from the Oval Office could be put back in its rightful place. They state, quote, he enthusiastically thought that it was a good idea."